everyone, all 22,000 of you right now. My channel grew so fast. I could have never expected that I would have grown that fast on YouTube. I don't even know what to say except welcome. My name is Cassidy, in case you don't know me already, and I am so happy you're here. I'm so excited and also very nervous. If you watch any of my other videos on here that aren't shorts, I'm just very nervous in general to just be talking to a camera directly like this. So knowing that there are tens of thousands of people watching me now is very nerve-wracking. So in case you don't know, I was posting YouTube videos just kind of for fun because some people wanted to see me on another platform. And then my boyfriend a few weeks ago had a really good idea to start posting my TikToks on YouTube Shorts. So editing them down a little bit so that they were a minute long so that they would fit on YouTube Shorts. And I started doing that, and then all of a sudden now I have like 2.6 million views on one of them. So I'm shocked and so excited that all of you are here. But I went from literally having like 200 subscribers, which already made me nervous, to like 20 something thousand in 2 weeks. So I'm terrified, but I'm here. In case you have watched my other videos and are very confused at this setup right now, I'm currently at home in Seattle, so I'm in my mom's room filming. This is not my normal setup, but there's nowhere else in the house that I can film. So recently, amongst all the other crazy things that are happening in my life, I was in my very first fashion show. I modeled for the first time in my life, and it was a crazy experience. So I thought I should give you like a little behind the scenes, and that would be fun. So if you are into that, stay tuned. That's what we're gonna be doing today. Okay, so let's just hop into it. So I heard about this I Am Inclusive fashion show because my friend Natalie Trevon, who I met through the Easter Seals Disability Film Challenge, posted it on her Instagram. She is the founder of Not Your Inspiration, which is a fashion line, which is really cool. She said that she was going to be involved in this fashion show, and also people would be modeling her new clothing line, which was really cool, and I was really excited about it. So I went to the audition. I've never modeled before. I've never walked a runway in my life. I've never even been interested in that kind of thing. I did not know what I was doing. I did not have any idea what I was supposed to be doing. I kind of just followed what everybody else was doing in front of me, and that's how I did the audition. I was nervous, but I thought it would get me out of my comfort zone a little bit, especially with the strikes. Both the actors and writers strikes were still happening at that time. The actor strike is still happening, but besides the point, I was in very much of a creative rut. So I thought that I would get myself out of my comfort zone and that it would be a fun thing to do. I went to the audition, it was fun, and then I went home and kind of waited for the email. I got the email 2 days later that said that I was going to be making my runway modeling debut. I didn't even have to audition a second time. I got in and I was really excited, but then the nerves started hitting me, but it was still like 2 months away, so I didn't really do anything about it. I knew I could kind of push it off and not think about it. And then it started getting closer and I started getting more nervous. And then it became the day before and we did a tech rehearsal, which was fun. And we basically just ran through the whole show. I got to meet all the other models. There were a lot of other disabled models, which was really exciting and really fun. So I got to kind of network with them and meet them. Other models I had already followed on Instagram. So that was really exciting because they're also disability activists. So I was able to like meet and connect with them, and that was really fun. I also went to like a fitting beforehand. That was about a week before the show. And at the fitting, I tried on the Not Your Inspiration NYI outfit that I was going to be wearing. The clothes fit pretty well. The only thing was that the top that I was wearing, the straps didn't fit correctly, so they had to alter those a little bit, and then I was good to go. I was under the impression that I was only walking once throughout the show. I was only going to walk the runway once, and I was good with that. I was fine with that. And then the night before the show, they emailed me and they were like, oh, hey, by the way, you're also walking a second time and you're walking for Aerie. And I was over the moon excited about walking for Aerie because I've seen Aerie modeled before by other disabled models, and I've always been like, oh my gosh, I want to do that. But it never occurred to me that like I could actually do that, and it was happening so fast. I was at my boyfriend's parents' house during all of this, and I was so nervous. My boyfriend, his mom, and I stood in his mom's bathroom because there's like a long like kind of hallway corridor kind of thing. And so I just walked up and down in my heels trying to get the runway walk down. I was so nervous. That's what I didn't show you guys on like TikTok and everything. I was so incredibly nervous. The biggest thing was that I don't swing my right arm when I walk. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I have my prosthesis on my right side. We never quite figured out why I don't swing my right arm. So I had to like manually in my head think about swinging my right arm, like swinging my arms as I would walk, and then also like keeping my shoulders back, and that it was a whole thing. So I have so much more respect for models. I mean, I had respect for them before this, but I have so much more respect now because it's so difficult and so stressful, and I definitely would do it again, but I was so stressed out. The next morning I had to be there at 9:45, and I was up practicing my runway walk with my boyfriend and his mom until probably about 12:30 in the morning the night before. So I only got like 7 hours of sleep because we had to make the drive there. My boyfriend initially was planning to go back home, but I'm really glad right before we left, I just had this intuition to tell him to bring his suit and everything that he was going to be wearing with us that night, because I'd rather have you with me to like kind of help me physically than to have you like go home and then me have to ask a random stranger for help. So I didn't know if that was going to be a possibility. It ended up being good that I told him to bring his stuff with us because he ended up staying with me the whole day. So I was there from 9:45 in the morning until about 10 p.m. and those 12 hours were a whirlwind. Our puppy is barking in the background. Anyways, I got there, and the first thing I did was my boyfriend and I were trying to glue my press-on nails on because we had tried the night before, but they were all coming off. Like by the time we got there that morning, all my press-ons had come off. He was like trying to like glue them on as I was eating like a donut from craft services. It was a mess. Anyways, as soon as I checked in and everything, he was trying to glue my nails back on, and then they told me that they were ready for a fitting because I hadn't tried my Aerie clothes on yet. So I had to try them on that day, and I was super nervous because I am fully used to going into stores, trying stuff on, and then not having it fit. Nothing fits me ever. I went and I tried the Aerie stuff on, and the majority of it fit. The only thing that was a little too big was the shirt. I had to tuck the shirt in, which was fine and ended up being great. So everything else fit perfectly. So once I got that approved by everybody that needed to approve it, then I went over to hair and makeup. I got my hair done, and that was stressful because, well, for everybody else, not me. I just had to sit there and let them play with my hair, which was fine with me. But it was stressful for them because there apparently wasn't enough people or something to do hair. So the guy that was originally supposed to do my hair couldn't, and so he had somebody else do it, and he was kind of like instructing her along the way, and she did a phenomenal job. They initially, the stylists were told to do like a half up, half down on me, and she goes, I'm gonna do a half up, half down, but glam. And I was like, I'm so ready for this. So she did it, and it was like half up, half down, but the up part was like a rose in the back of my head. Let me tell you, I was probably in the chair for like an hour, but it just looked gorgeous. There were 8 million bobby pins in my head, and after 10 hours, 12 hours, whatever it was, the bobby pins were basically a part of my skull at that point, but that was okay. That was all right because it was just absolutely stunning. So after I got my hair done, I went to makeup and had my makeup done. He did this like glowy look that was just, made me feel so beautiful. And then after I got my hair and makeup done and my fitting was done, I just kind of sat around for about 4 hours. Not even kidding. We did a run of the show, but other than that, we were just kind of chilling for like 4 hours. And then my boyfriend got dressed, and then I eventually ate something, and then I got dressed and people started coming in, and then the show started. Oh, that was it too. During the run of the show, I was still so nervous because although everybody like looked like me, not everybody, but a lot of people looked like me, I was still so self-conscious, and I was so nervous because I'd never done this before. I'd never thought I was gonna be a model ever. I was always like singing and acting, that's where it's at, that's where I'm staying. Dancing I was terrified to dance when I started dancing at school. I was so self-conscious about myself and just my body and the way I looked. And so this was kind of the same thing where I was just so self-conscious the whole time. My boyfriend and I were backstage, and he was just having me walk up and down, up and down, and up and down, and up and down, because I was so nervous. So we probably practiced my walk for another like hour or two backstage because I was so nervous and so scared. After the run, people started coming in, and we kind of started to get dressed. The nerves were definitely upped. This show started. I was the second model out on the runway for the show, and once those lights hit me, I think I blacked out. It was kind of that, all performers know what I'm talking about. Like, you just hit the stage and then you just go on autopilot. It was so natural, and all my nerves just washed away, and I remembered that performing is in my blood. That's what I was meant to do, and so I just kind of let the performing instinct take over me. And then I went backstage and threw all my clothes off and changed into my Aerie outfit, and then walked for Aerie, and then I was done. Oh, and then I got to put on my absolute favorite outfit. Okay, yes, I love the outfits that I walked on the runway, but my boyfriend's mom and I went to go shopping, because afterwards, right? Afterwards, you like mingle with people. Show's done, show's over, you're mingling with people. And I wore sweats the whole day. And I was like, I don't want people to be super dressed up like other people, like the guests. I don't want the guests to be like dressed up and look nice, and then I have to go out and take pictures in my sweats. Absolutely not, I'm not doing that. My boyfriend's mom and I went shopping like 2 days before the show. And we were shopping and shopping and shopping, and nothing was fitting me. I needed an outfit that I felt super confident in, right? Like I would look at pictures and be like, yep, like I look good in that. So I wore the heels from the first outfit that I walked the runway with. Those were my heels, I bought them. And then I found an outfit at Zara that's just this sparkly, like, pantsuit. And I loved it. I loved it. It's like pants and then a jacket, and I wore a black tank top underneath. And that was it. So I changed into that after I was done walking the runway, and then I packed up my stuff, and then my boyfriend and I went to go mingle with people, and it was a lot of fun. I got to meet so many amazing people. My friend Faye was there, and I just had a lot of fun. And then me, my boyfriend's mom, and her friend went to dinner after we were done and had some delicious food. And then I went back to my boyfriend's parents' house and crashed. I was so exhausted. I literally slept for like 12 hours. My boyfriend helped me take my hair and makeup off, and I was out. Like, I was done. The next 2 days, I just felt like I was hungover. I was not. I didn't drink at all, but I felt like I was hungover. Like, my whole body ached, mainly because I have chronic pain. So because I have chronic pain, if I have a big day like that, or like a big event like that, for the next 2 or 3 days, I'm just in a lot of pain. So I spent most of those next few days in my boyfriend's bed, just like asleep or resting. But the event itself was so much fun. Everybody was so kind. I loved my outfits that I was wearing, and I would 10 out of 10 model again in a runway show. I thought it was a blast. I was definitely so anxious about it and so nervous about it, but I would absolutely do it again. So if anybody wants me to model for them, just let me know, email me. In all seriousness, I did have a lot of fun, and I hope you guys had a lot of fun watching the behind the scenes footage and watching my stage footage and my runway footage. And again, thank you so much for 22,000 of you or something crazy like that. Thank you guys so much for subscribing and for watching and for commenting and just being so kind and following my journey. And I love you guys so much, and hopefully I will see you next week if I keep up with this upload schedule. Bye!